Yeah, JJ, he had a near flawless performance. 11 for 12. And then one was dropped. That's tough to do. That's tough to do in day of the week in practice. And I thought he had a great game. He's playing really well. We'll start JJ next week.
Is that going forward or just for
he's
free?
By merit. He's earned that. That's by performance. By merit.
Welcome back to my channel. My name is Dr. Anwar Youssef Dunbar, and this is Big Discussions 76 Sports. First of all, please like this video. Well, shout out to Bo Lytle. If you see fit, please like this video, please share it, and please subscribe to my channel, and that goes for donations to the channel as well. That information is below if you see fit to do so. And if this resonates with you, you can also leave a super thanks if you see fit. Well, I just wanted to come on and create a prediction video for Saturday's game against UCONN, and I wanted to also give a few more follow-up thoughts to the Wolverines' 56-10 victory over the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors on Saturday night. It was late when I recorded my reaction video, and I was barely standing myself at that point because the game started late due to the lightning. So I wanted to say something more. Most of the reaction afterwards involved the quarterback situation shortly after the victory. The next day, Coach Harbaugh, at his press conference, announced that JJ would be the guy going forward, barring some catastrophic event. I think that was the next day, or maybe it was later that night after the game. I'm not sure. But either way, he named JJ the guy. He made JJ the guy. JJ's the guy. You know what I mean. And it was obvious. And again, this was a lesser opponent. This was a cupcake. Shout out to Dickie V over on the hardwood. It was Hawaii. But you could see early on that the offense was a well-oiled machine that was clicking. You could see, that Roman Wilson touchdown pass. That Ronnie Bell touchdown pass. That Cornelius Johnson touchdown pass. You could see that everything was just moving and clicking in a way that it wasn't under Cade. That's a whole different topic regarding their skill sets, regarding why Cade was unable to move the ball the same way JJ did, but I think at this point it just is what it is. So JJ's the guy going forward, and it was electric. It was great to see. There's something about seeing those winged helmets, those wide receivers flat on the field and make long completions for chunk yardage. There's something about seeing the quarterback drop back and zip that ball down the field, and I think we've all been missing that. And I think that this year more than any other, this year more than any other, we have the skilled position players to do that. So we need to exploit that going forward. Now, what I will say is this. There's a lot being said. There's a lot that was said to me in my comment section, and there's a lot being said in other on other channels, underneath other videos and live streams. And I like to think of myself as the voice of reason and the voice of caution. So the Wolverines should go 4-0 in September. I know I might sound like a broken record. We have UConn this week. I looked at the prediction, and Michigan is picked to win by 40 to 45 points, which they probably will. And then the Big Ten season opens up next week where we host Maryland. So I want to caution everyone. While it looks like we have our guy, our savior, he's mobile, he's got a strong arm, he's charismatic, he's got pinpoint accuracy. He and the team will not be tested until the Iowa game, in my opinion. I think that's the game. I mean, Maryland's going to come in and they're going to play hard. We should win that game handily, but we're not going to get our true test. I sound like Abdul Gaines. The team is not going to get its true test until the Iowa game, and then I foresee Michigan State, maybe Penn State, and then down at the Horseshoe against Ohio State. I want to shout out the Michigan Wolverine. That's another podcast. And I was watching their stream yesterday. I think I saw Johnny Olden in the comments section as well. So everybody's going and looking at everyone else's content. Well, me, I'm a small fish, so no one's coming to look at my content. Thank you to all the new subscribers, by the way. But one of the hosts pointed out that our offensive line play needs to step it up, and that there were a couple of miscues on Saturday night, particularly when Cade was on the field. But you don't want to go out to Iowa City, have a miscue by the offensive line, and have JJ get smacked the same way that Brandon Peters, for example, got smacked up at Camp Randall in Wisconsin. You don't want to have that. And yeah, the competition is just going to ratchet up. It's just going to go upwards. And so what's this team? It's one thing to do it against Hawaii, but will JJ still throw those darts and still be able to scramble around against an Iowa, against a Michigan State, and against an Ohio State? Yes, he will, but it's going to be a much different dynamic with bigger, stronger, faster, and more skilled defensive players on the other side. And also when there's drama to the game, and when the game actually has long-term ramifications, and then in some instances when the team is in a hostile environment, it's just going to be different than what we saw. One commenter, I think it was on another channel, I left a comment underneath about the Iowa game. I had that game circled in my mind. One commenter said, "Did you see Iowa's offense? They suck. They can't score. They stink. We should blow them out easily." Two things. First, well, maybe three things. First, they always play us strong, and they always play us hard at home. They're probably going to be thinking about the Big Ten championship game. Okay. The other thing is Kirk Ferentz's defense. They always play fundamentally sound, and they're a physical defense. So it's not unfathomable that they could muddy that game up and slow it down and just make it an ugly game. Okay, where you would need solid decision making from your quarterback. Okay, so JJ in that game, he might have to show that he could do that, or his athletic ability might just carry the day. How is the team going to react when it gets punched in the mouth, when it is in a bit of a street fight with another team? And then also, Iowa's offense doesn't look good now, but 3 weeks from now, maybe they've solved some of that. Maybe they will have gained a level of proficiency, and maybe they will be able to move the ball better than they are now. So I'm just saying that to say it's early. There's a lot of football left to be played, and there's still quite a bit for our team to prove. So that's what I wanted to say in this video. We should steamroll Connecticut this Saturday. I'd be surprised if we didn't, but there's a lot of football left to be played this season, and there are questions that our team has to answer going forward. So let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. It was exciting to see the ball flying through the air on Saturday night, and not to see our offense just out there petering around up and down the field. But there's a lot left. There is more football to be played, and there are a lot of questions that need to be answered going forward. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. If you see fit, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you see fit and you are moved by this, or if this has resonated with you and you want to make a donation to the channel, that information is below in the description box. And you can also leave a super thanks. So go blue. And as always, remember that your attitude determines your altitude. Take care, and I will talk to you the next time. Bye-bye.
Hello, Coach Harbaugh. So the offense obviously gets a lot of attention tonight, but talk about the defensive performance.
Thank you for that question. I appreciate that. You start out the game 3 and outs in a row, and there's a lot of guys that were playing well. And I think it started with the run wall. I mean, that's what it looked like to me, and that's what we're trying to have it look like.
Hello all. Before I finish this video up, I want to squeeze in a few more things. First of all, I want to acknowledge Chris Ballas and Doug Skeen from the Michigan, the Wolverine. They're from the Wolverine. I talked about them in the main part of this video. But I also wanted to say a few words about the defense. If you listened to that clip right there, Coach Harbaugh thanked Angelique Shungailis from the Detroit News for asking about the defense. That's probably because the majority of the questions he's been fielding over the last 2 to 3 weeks, and maybe over the last 8 months, has involved JJ McCarthy and Cade McNamara. And right now, he probably still has to manage that because there's the potential for Cade being disgruntled and bloodying up the locker room. That happens on teams sometimes when one guy loses playing time in favor of another. But in any case, the defense, I'm going to keep this short and sweet and say that similar to the offense and the quarterback, we're not going to know what we have until we go up against some of the more competitive teams in the Big Ten. We're not going to know what we have until we match up against a team with a quality offensive line and a quality quarterback and quality skill position players, players that are bigger, stronger, and faster, and more skilled than the ones that Colorado State and Hawaii and this week against Connecticut. Until we face teams that are more skilled than those teams, we're not going to know what we have. And that's part of what's deceptive about our schedule. The offense looks good. The defense looks good because the offense has rolled, especially now under JJ. Since the offense has rolled the way that it has, we haven't seen much of Jake Moody because we haven't needed him. But once the regular season starts, once Big Ten play starts, and our Wolverines start matching up with teams of their own caliber, then we will see what we have on both sides of the ball. And Jake Moody may become more significant depending upon what happens. So I'm going to wrap this up because I have some other things to do. So it's easy to beat up on Colorado State and Hawaii and Connecticut. I'm assuming we will, but what happens when you go up against Jackson Smith and Jigba and Marvin Harrison Jr. and C.J. Stroud, I gotta pronounce the D, and Peyton Thorne at Michigan State, a Mel Tucker coached team. what happens when you go up against them. Okay, I'm just trying to keep everything tempered and even keeled here. So, all right, I'm done. I will talk to you guys the next time. Bye-bye.